Imagine a young man standing at the edge of a world that tells him he is powerless. The world whispers that the system is fixed, that change is impossible, that voices like his are meant to be silenced. But deep inside, a fire burns, a fire that refuses to accept the injustice, inequality, and oppression that have shackled humanity for generations. This is the story of a revolutionary who dared to challenge the world order. He grew up witnessing the weight of oppression firsthand. He saw the rich thrive while the poor struggled to survive. He saw laws written to protect the powerful and crush the powerless. And he saw the apathy of those who accepted this as fate. Yet he didn't just see it. He felt it in his bones. Every injustice, every lie, every life lost to greed became a spark in the furnace of his mind, shaping a vision of a world that could be different, a world where dignity, fairness, and opportunity were not privileges, but rights. From a young age, he realized that comfort is often the enemy of justice. Many around him were content with safety, silence, and small pleasures, while the suffering continued. But he refused to accept that silence was neutrality. He understood that standing still in a world built on injustice was, in fact, complicity. Every step he took from then on was measured against one question: am I making the world better? Or am I merely existing within its brokenness? The path of a revolutionary is never smooth. He faced ridicule from those who clung to the status quo. He faced betrayal from allies who feared change. He faced danger at every turn from systems built to protect the powerful. He was hunted, criticized, and underestimated. Yet with every obstacle, he turned weakness into strength, fear into fuel, and doubt into determination. He understood that true revolution begins in the mind, a mind convinced that change is not just possible, but inevitable when courage leads the way. He traveled far and wide, seeking knowledge, allies, and strategies. He studied the failures of the past to avoid repeating them, learning from revolutions that had burned out too quickly, from leaders who had forgotten the people they served, from systems that had been too clever at disguising oppression as normalcy. He spoke to the oppressed, listened to their pain, and transformed their voices into a chorus demanding to be heard. Wherever he went, he inspired people to believe that their lives were not predestined by tyranny or circumstance. They could rise, they could resist, they could reclaim their power, but inspiration alone was not enough. A revolutionary acts. He took bold steps, risking everything he had, and often losing everything he owned. Each battle he fought, whether in the minds of the people, in political arenas, or in the streets, was guided by a vision greater than himself. He embraced failure as a teacher, setbacks as lessons, and adversity as the forge of resilience. Even when the world seemed insurmountable, he moved forward, reminding himself and others that no system is eternal, no tyranny unbreakable, and no voice too small to spark a movement. He became more than a man. He became a symbol of defiance, hope, and an unyielding human spirit. People looked to him not because he was fearless, he was human, after all, but because he refused to let fear dictate his actions. He reminded the world that one person with unwavering conviction can challenge centuries of oppression, one voice can echo across continents, and one vision can ignite change that transcends generations. Being a revolutionary is not about chaos, it's about challenging the accepted order, questioning the unquestioned, and refusing to settle for a world that is less than what it could be. It's daring to imagine a better future and working relentlessly to make it real. It's standing up when others sit down, speaking when others stay silent, and acting when others hesitate. It's about the quiet moments, to the moments of self-doubt, of exhaustion, of loneliness, where courage must be summoned again and again, and where the seeds of greatness are planted. He didn't just change the world through grand gestures, he changed it through persistence, through small victories that accumulated into a tidal wave of transformation. Every mind he opened, every heart he inspired, every system he questioned, added to a legacy far greater than himself. Revolution is not an event, it's a mindset, a refusal to accept injustice in any form. It is the unwavering decision to act even when the world tells you not to, even when the odds are impossible, and even when fear whispers that you are alone. There were moments when he could have stopped, when the weight of oppression seemed too great, when friends were lost and allies betrayed him, and yet he pressed on. Because he knew that the chains binding others were never truly unbreakable, they only needed someone brave enough to strike the first blow, and he did. He struck not with anger alone, but with purpose, with vision, and with relentless hope that the human spirit could rise above tyranny. And today, as we reflect on his journey, we realize something profound. We all have the ability to challenge the world order. We don't need armies or empires to create change. What we need is vision, courage, and the willingness to act when others won't. Each of us can be a revolutionary in our own sphere, standing up for truth, justice, and fairness, inspiring those around us, and refusing to accept the world as it is simply because it has always been that way. The fire of revolution burns not only in grand speeches or dramatic victories, but in consistent courage. It burns in every choice we make to speak, to act, and to refuse complacency. Your ideas, your actions, your persistence, these are the tools that shape the world. Dare to speak, dare to act, dare to dream, and refuse to be silent in the face of injustice. If this story ignited something inside you, something that refuses to sit silently while injustice reigns, then don't keep it to yourself. Like this video, share it with someone who needs a spark of courage today, and subscribe to our channel to fuel your journey toward becoming the change the world desperately needs. Remember, one voice can start a revolution, and your voice could be the next to inspire millions. Don't wait, ignite that spark today, because the world is waiting for the fire only you can light.